Welcome back to the House of Animation. It's your boy Jay.
It's your boy Reggie here.
And today we have a great video for y'all. A little different from what we normally do, but we had to give flowers when flowers are needed. And today we want to talk about the great late Kevin Conroy.
Absolutely. I just felt like this video was absolutely necessary because if you know me and Jay, Batman has been a big inspiration and guiding force for us throughout our lifetime, and Kevin Conroy was a big reason of that.
For sure, man. Honestly, Batman, if you don't know, my favorite superhero of all time, and he was a big inspiration for that.
Same. He
guided a lot of my youth. And it's obviously a lot of things that were reflected in that animated series. And obviously a lot of his other works, that being JLA and Justice League Unlimited. It was just, yeah, man. The man was a GOAT, bro. So I just gotta give the dog his flowers. But anyway, so Kevin Conroy was born in 1955 and met his untimely death in 2022 at the age of 66. Kevin Conroy is properly known for the Batman animated series, which ran from 1992 to 1995. He was also known for the new Batman Adventures that ran from 97 to 99. Batman Beyond as well from 99 to 2000. Justice League from 2001 to 2004. And Justice League Unlimited from 2004 to 2006. Notable movies that Kevin was a part of was Batman the Mask of the Phantasm, Batman the Return of the Joker, Justice League Doom, Justice League Flashpoint.
And those are only just to name a little bit of what Kevin Conroy has done. Kevin Conroy has been a part of so many different TV shows, so many different movies. What we're doing is not even giving Kevin Conroy justice to what he's done for the Batman mantle and the Batman legacy that has influenced myself, Jay, thousands, if not millions of kids and adults throughout the entire world.
Yeah, for sure, man. Any true Batman fan definitely has Kevin Conroy at the top, just of what he's done for them in their lives and the way he's influenced them, and also how he shaped the character of Bruce Wayne and Batman. He's brought a lot of flesh and humanity to Bruce Wayne. How did Bruce Wayne really impact you, Reg?
So with Bruce Wayne and Kevin Conroy in general, I mean, Batman was probably one of the first cartoons or one of the first superhero cartoons that I ever really watched. It was like Batman and then maybe Spider-Man and then maybe like Static Shock or Batman Beyond, because I feel like I was watching them all generally around the same time.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because they were all generally around the same time. And as you saw with all the shows I listed off that he was part of, this man legit was working from 92 to 2006.
So basically, because so Batman was definitely one of the first. I think the first was maybe the Spider-Man or Justice League. Because I mean, I'm born in 95, so 2000 was around the time I really started watching shows. So what I did is what I had to do was I had to like go back a little bit and then watch Batman like from the beginning to really get what Kevin Conroy was and just the legacy of Batman that he brought to it.
For sure. And the reason why I asked you what did Bruce Wayne did for you, I specifically said that because for me, Kevin Conroy was kind of the first voice actor or even depiction of the character to give a lot of humanity to Bruce Wayne for me. And usually for me it was I gotta watch Batman. But with the Batman animated series, we saw a lot of good key instances of Bruce Wayne. We got to see that side much more. And don't get it twisted, like we got some versions of Bruce Wayne from Adam West, but those were more campier styles. We wanted the real thing. I thought that was really great what he did. Just to be able to bring humanity and flesh out that side of Batman. Because as you know, the true identity is Batman as opposed to Bruce Wayne. Yeah. So I thought it was a dope concept, man.
I mean, one of the big things that I think Kevin Conroy did that really helped shape my opinion of Batman just as a whole, and honestly shaped it throughout my life, was the idea that everyone depicts Batman. Like, Batman gets a lot of criticism for being dark and brutish and somewhat not like a bad guy, but like sometimes like an anti-hero.
Oh yeah, he definitely treads that line.
So, you know what I mean? Like an anti-hero to the idea of Batman, or people's portrayal of Batman is that he doesn't protect the innocent, but he punishes the guilty. It's a concept that I'm sure that you've seen as well. Yeah. Where it's just the idea of like Batman doesn't care about helping people. He doesn't really care about protecting people. He just wants to beat up bad guys. So he dresses up as a bat, goes out at night, and then just beats the living hell out of bad guys until they're like black and blue.
Yeah, he definitely had problems.
Yeah, so you've seen those criticisms as well, right?
Yeah, I've definitely seen those criticisms, but I'm actually on the opposite side of the spectrum. So for reasons why those criticisms never really resonated with me, because reasons why I appreciate Batman so much is because and I'm assuming everybody has a part of this in them who does like Batman, or this could be just a wild assumption. Batman plays that role of sometimes of who we want to be. We want to be that darker character. We want to be able to get the mission done at all costs and not worry about anything else and be blinded by that. We want to be super focused. We want to be super driven. Elements such as that allowed me to love Batman for who he was. Obviously, I like dark things. That's always been up my alley. But for me specifically, I love the fact of I could get immersed into this world through this person's perspective and kind of feeling a little jealous, like, damn, I wish I was that driven. I wish I was that focused. Not to the extreme, like, I'm not saving no one's life, but there are certain aspects that we can draw from the criticism that made me resonate with Batman more.
What do you mean by not saving no one's life?
Well, you mentioned earlier that you said we see like criticisms like, oh, he'd rather not save someone's life to just do the mission, whatever.
Oh, no. Not, I don't mean by that. What I'm saying is that people have often said that Batman, he doesn't care as much about protecting the innocent rather than beating up the bad guys. We've seen plenty of occasions where Batman has risked his life to save bad guys who literally just killed people 10 seconds before.
Which is offending, and we've also seen multiple cases where Batman puts someone in Arkham Asylum just for them to break out and kill mad people.
I think the biggest criticism of Batman is the fact that he's either a hypocrite or half a measure, where it's the idea of, I mean, we can go to the simple one where it's killing Joker.
Yep.
Where if Batman says that he doesn't kill, Batman doesn't use guns, Batman doesn't want to cross that line. And oftentimes I've thought it was a weird line as well. And even though I do think in general it is a weird line not to cross, I understand the perspective of him. Because of exactly what you said, Batman is so focused, is so driven. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on your opinion, Batman does see the world as black and white. So with him, when he says if he crosses that line, he can't come back,
yeah,
he really means that.
For sure. And I think it's mad funny because I thought about when he said Batman don't use guns unless you're Ben Affleck. But anyway, I thought that one aspect of Batman, if he crosses that line, he will no longer be, go back or come back from that, right? He's going to be fully consumed by the darkness. One major thing that I felt was that one lining of humanity in Batman was the fact that he doesn't kill. But on the other hand, his 1 ounce of humanity when he's in that mode has done so much damage to other people because he allowed people to get away with stuff. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So stuff like that. But what I really appreciated is Kevin really did a good job with bringing both Bruce Wayne's qualities, whether they be good or bad, as well as Batman's qualities, good or bad.
Yeah, so even with a lot of the darkness people always did talk about with Batman, with Kevin Conroy's portrayal of Batman, whether he meant to or not, I never really depicted Batman in that super dark or negative light that a lot of people did. Again, for me, I started watching cartoons around 99, 2000. So for me, I think my first depictions of Batman was about Justice League. And if you watch Justice League Batman and then watch Batman the Animated Series or New Batman Adventures, completely different Batmans.
No, that man, I'm
completely
been through it.
That Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, Batman was a little bit more lighthearted. He made jokes.
Bro,
there were points where he smiled and sang.
I know everyone remembers that meme of Batman being sad. I don't use that meme like a countless of times. Like,
oh yeah, when he's singing the song.
Yeah, he's sad. He's like, bro, that meme's hilarious.
So I didn't depict that. Now, when I went back to go watch Batman, the Animated Series or the New Batman Adventures, I can somewhat understand some of those depictions.
Yep.
In Batman, the Animated Series, he was still kind of young, still fresh. He did care about saving people. The New Batman Adventures was a much darker Batman.
Yep.
We can agree on that.
Yep.
But then so what I like about what Kevin Conroy's portrayal through his voice, you're actually kind of able to see or feel where Batman is at the time through his voice. Where through Justice League it's more lighthearted, not as gruff and tough. New Batman Adventures, it is dark and heavy. Batman the Animated Series, it's a little bit of both. It's like he's dark as a kid, but then sees a light where he sees himself as Batman trying to help people, and then eventually kind of goes down that darkness a little bit, just dealing with all the stuff that he deals with.
Yeah, I do feel like he was trying to find what method worked for himself. And obviously we saw that.
Yeah, it was very experimental.
Yeah, we saw that it was a duality, obviously, because, we see that he was lighthearted. We see he was trying to find this little dark, like this middle ground. And as you said, with the new Batman Adventures, dude was dumb dark. I even felt like in Justice League, he kind of retained that darkness that we were kind of get to foreshadow in Batman Beyond. It's kind of like you're working at a job and you're trying to do everything right to get that big payday. And then you come in Justice League and you got the big payday and you're like, it's like pretty much F y'all, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, and I think that's why I really liked Kevin Conroy and respected him, was because of that exact duality you're talking about. He was really able to portray that in his voice.
Facts.
Batman sounded completely different than Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Batman Beyond sounded completely different from Justice League Batman, which sounded completely different from Justice League Unlimited Batman.
No, that's crazy. Facts, yeah.
These are all different aspects of someone's life, which I think where people say Batman is robotic, I think that's what makes him human.
Yep. Yeah, I could definitely say that. I would definitely say in terms of the way he shaped his voice, it's like in Batman anime series, it's like exploration. You know what I'm saying? Sure of yourself, but not fully sure of yourself. The confidence is not yet peaked until we get to the new adventures, right? That's a darker Batman. But with Justice League, it's like a complete package. It's like, I know exactly where I'm at, I know exactly who I am, and I know exactly what I'm set to do. And Batman Beyond is this, I don't see it at all. I'm tired. You could hear the tiredness in Bruce's voice. It's like...
What was your favorite, if you could pick one, or just off the top of your head, what do you think would have been your favorite moment, favorite monologue, or just Kevin Conroy was talking as Batman? What sticks out to you in your head?
Easy, hands down. When he was talking to Ace. Yeah, easily hands down. A lot of people will put that up there as a top tier moment because he knew that this girl was about to die. And this is another shred of humanity that we see in Batman, because he could relate being such a young age and feeling so much despair and feeling the world in such a dark place. He was able to relate with her, and he actually ended up talking with her and staying with her until she passed. One of the most powerful moments that this man Kevin Conroy was a part of. Definitely impacted me, and I kind of like go back to revisit this yearly or whatever, just because it's such a good scene.
I think that's one of my favorite scenes as well.
Yeah, it's fire, bro.
About it, just the idea of like, because even Amanda Waller was talking about the exact same thing that we're kind of talking about for a little bit, where everyone has this certain depiction or portrayal of Batman, and then with her in that moment, she saw a different side or a different depiction that maybe other people weren't able to see, where that it's not just him doing whatever needs to be done, it's him being oftentimes the most human out of all the people there. In a world full of gods, this man is able to stand with the best of them.
And that's why I fucked with him so much, because he was super relatable. Yes, dark, rich, oh shit, I might not attain this lifetime yet. But, and by rich I mean billionaire. But I feel like with what Kevin Conroy was able to do with the character of Batman and Bruce Wayne, this man gave us 14 years of a man's life story, essentially, right? Could you say it like that? Because you could really account it from Batman animated series to Batman Beyond. We really got to grow with this character.
So at least for me, where I could say my favorite moment or favorite, I guess, monologue from Kevin Conroy would be when he was talking during Superman's funeral in Justice League. During that moment when he was talking to Superman, thinking at that moment that he died, and was basically giving his one-man eulogy, that was something that was different or powerful for me, because he was talking about some of the things that we're talking about now. His relationship with Superman is what changed him, and I think when he met Superman in Batman the Animated Series / Superman the Animated Series, which leads off into Justice League, he's saying that him being friends with Superman taught him that justice didn't always have to come from the dark. That his pain or his suffering that he went throughout his life may not be the only thing that shapes him, that there are other things that he can look forward to as well.
Yeah, no, facts. That was definitely a very powerful moment too, man. I do agree. I do feel like when Batman and Superman linked up before the Justice League, it did bring a lot of humanity to a character that got a lot of criticisms for lacking in that department.
I think often needed it too.
Yeah.
I think they balanced each other very well.
Oh, yeah. Nah, we can definitely say, like, as a pairing, Batman and Superman are definitely, like, was up there. Like, definitely a good top tag team, whatever have you. Not in terms of just fighting abilities, but what they do for each other's characters. It's like for me, when I think of Batman, I think Kevin Conroy.
Me too.
When I think of the Joker, I think of Mark Hamill. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I don't even think of him as Luke Skywalker.
So
it's crazy.
I'm two sides. When I think of Batman, I do think of Kevin Conroy, and when I think Batman in my head, the Justice League Batman pops up.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Now, when I think of Joker, I can't lie. I have when someone says Joker, there's two depictions that come off the top of my head, and that's the Joker from Batman the Animated Series, which is Mark Hamill all the way, and then Heath Ledger's Joker.
Yeah.
So Batman, there's just one picture that comes in my head, but Joker, there's two. So it's kind of hard sometimes to just think about who I think is the definitive Joker. It's probably going to be Mark Hamill just because he's done it the longest. And if I'm going to be 100% honest, probably the best. But Heath Ledger's definitely number two.
Oh, for sure. We're not taking flowers to Heath. You know what I'm saying? That's another GOAT who passed on way too early.
It's like all of our Batman heroes are slowly...
Bro, I hear this. Yeah, it's sad. Maybe better yet say this, right? I think when I close my eyes and I think of Batman, how he sounds, I think of Kevin Conroy. Because I also do see, I have the Michael Keatons and I have the Christian Bales in there. And Rob Patterson's making his way too, if he has a couple more movies. When I think of the Joker, for me, I always hear Mark Hamill. That last was just iconic.
So, like we said, Kevin Conroy was a big reason why me and Jay both love Batman. Like, honestly, Batman is my top 5 favorite heroes of all time, maybe top 3. And Kevin Conroy was definitely one of the reasons because of that. And you're going to be greatly missed, man.
Yeah, man. Batman forever be my top number 1 superhero of all time. To Mr. Conroy, yeah, you were definitely a big part of my childhood. And my love for the character and my love for the art of this, taking pride in your work.
So with that being said, Kevin Conroy, we're going to miss you, man.
For sure, man.
We really are. So with that, we got nothing left for this video. So, peace.
Got a blast.
You can let them crush you and make you bitter. Or you can learn from them and take that knowledge and get back into life. And I tell you, when you face those challenges, you realize really quickly what's truly important. And it isn't the material stuff. That stuff can disappear in a heartbeat. What's truly important are the people in your life. The lives you touch and the people who touch your life. A friend like Koichi who wants to celebrate you on your birthday. That is priceless. So have a great birthday. And remember, Kevin, it's not who you are underneath. It's what you do that defines you.